Yeah, big group!
Hey guys, Bada Bing here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at my Systema M4 PTW Max. In August 2006 I bought this rifle from Tokyo Model Company and they were selling the new generation Max for $1,350 with shipping to the UK, which was roughly £700 at the time. I was completely sold on it when I first saw Systema's promotional video. They used all the right words such as realism, force-on-force training weapon, training tool for military applications.
Love this, mate. It's fucking awesome.
It was amazing to me that the power could be upgraded or downgraded with the removal of a cylinder. That and its advantage of always completing a cycle no matter how quickly the trigger was pulled. Also, the monumental superiority gained by the bolt stop on an empty mag. That was indeed the new hotness I was looking for, when all the other electric guns available at that point were so primitive. When it cleared customs, fees were applied, Parcel Force took their cut, naturally, and I took the rifle home for an additional £102. The major purchasing point for me was its bolt stop ability. Looking back on it now, it's funny to remember the joy I had when I ran out of ammo. I revelled in my own magnificence over the fact that I wasn't dry firing on empty, and also being able to accept real rail systems and other AR-15 accessories. I liked the rifle so much that, several months after purchasing this one, I was picking up another one from my local Parcel Force depot. The following year I took home a Systema's new MP5. To this day that was the best electric MP5 I've ever owned. So in the 10 years since I've owned this rifle, it has never let me down. The only niggles this rifle has given me was feed jams due to poor ammo choice. She lives on a diet of Marui, XL and Madball 2.5s, and she loves those Madballs, like a cat that turns her nose up over cheap store brand food. Comparing this weapon system to other electric guns available in the same era, it was abundantly clear of the quality. Every component and action lived up to the hype I had built up in my head when first laying eyes on the commercial, and Solo's third generation review. The selector switch firmly flicks into every position with a healthy, deep click without wandering off accidentally. The receiver pins snap into place perfectly, and for the first time in my experience, they were captive. Over the years, my M4 has gone through a few different iterations, as well as being drenched in various accessories. In 2008, I sent it to Tackleberry to have its very first service, along with a hop-up mod. Totally worth it, by the way. I also had the receiver replaced with a prime CNC Noveski style receiver. Around the same time, the industry was moving away from SOP mod style knights wrist rails and creeping into extended free float railed handguards. A friend and I were quick to follow this direction and invested in some real Daniel Defense 12-inch light rails. He decided to DMR his platform with a 20-inch barrel set and his own Hubble Space Telescope. I remained flexible with a 14-inch M4, Daniel Defense rail, and old-school Trichicon ACOG. Here's us in February 2009 at Urban Assault. Over the last few years, I'm ashamed to say I've lost touch with the PTW world, mainly due to the increasing popularity of gas blowback rifles and the strive that goes with that for the perfect, out-of-the-box GBBR. Because of this, recently my PTW has remained at home. That and, well, it's kind of boringly reliable. Fast forward to today, it remains in its Noveski shell, still running fine. Sure, it's not the fastest cycling electric gun, or even compete with today's elite Systemas, but under the hood it still stood the test of time and remains part of the top tier in airsoft. I said earlier that I've lost touch with the PTW world. Apparently they have disco lights in their lower receivers now. Weird. At around £800 sterling for the new PTW Max shipped to the UK. I'm glad I bought it when I did before the world's economic markets all fell apart. Would I buy one today for $1,200 at the least? Nope. I'll probably buy a TM recoil instead.